I remember there was a time in my life when I really wanted to throw in the towel on my coaching business. A lot of people don't know this story, so I'm going to share it because it's important to like not only share the highs of your career, and everyone looks on the inside now and they're like, oh, Vanessa, yeah, of course you make a lot of money, you're the bikini business coach and you look so polished, and you look at your website and but I don't have a book like you have a book, and I don't have all these people on I'm just starting out from scratch, and how do I make $10,000 a month, and oh, it can't happen unless I have all these things, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So it's important for me that I share with you not just like the highs and look at all these great things, but also the lows, so that you can understand that that is part of the journey. And again, if you stay in the game long enough, failure and success is simply a result of habits. Failure is a lesson. Success is that same lesson applied. So there was a time in my business when I had written this best-selling book. Okay, Take Your Power Back Now. And I had done the retreat in Hawaii, and I did this whole big launch with a marketing company, and all this stuff was supposed to be promised, and they were going to give me this big list was going to happen about it. And oh my gosh. And really at the end of it, writing a book is a very expensive and complicated and long undertaking. It is not a short, simple, fast, quick client attraction system or funnel that we teach. We teach our clients a 45-minute funnel. Bang! In 45 minutes, we're going to get you a funnel up and running and start your sales attraction system. It is not a book. Do not write a book. Okay. This is like a freaking year-long marathon. This is something to use for branding. This is something I would not recommend in the beginning of your career. Do not do that. It's too long. You don't need it. But it's cool to have, eventually it can be a strategy that you use later on. So anyways, this was my second book. And, I was really like, hey, source, spirit, God, this was like, this book wanted to be birthed. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to write another book. I was like, listen, I know writing a book is a pain in the butt. It takes a long time. I'm not interested in doing it. I don't want to do it. And it just kept coming up again and again, write the book. Fine. So I write the book. And then it was do the retreat in Hawaii. Okay, I did that. And it didn't, I was expecting, to become like a millionaire, and it really didn't happen, like not at all. And I thought, I'm going to give up. I'm going to go back and become a speaker. And I started going to speaking events, and I started, working for a training company. And at that time in my business, things just weren't working. They were not working. I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was working way too hard for the money that I was making. At that stage in the game, I was like 5 years in, and I should have had like piles of money, and I just didn't. And I almost gave up on my business. And then something happened. I hired a mentor, and it was like our business building course, and we used to go and meet up here in San Diego once a month, and we're on a round table with 7 or 8 people, and really dissect our business. And he would send you home with like this packet and of information. And one of the things that he had us do every morning was a mental kind of round table with your like, not your archangels, but with your invisible team. And he kind of got me back into the habit to look at how my daily rituals and my thoughts were impacting my life. And I had said, wow, I got started kind of as a sales and law of attraction expert. And somehow along the road, I got away from all of the mindset work and the consistent, application of these rituals. And I was also dating at the time, and the guys that I were dating were the same guy with a different hair color, different eye color, same issues. And I realized, this became a huge part of the work that we do now. I realized that, all of these non-results that were happening were still a result, and I was the only common denominator, So I really started to take some radical accountability in looking inside my own mind. And that's when I found these limiting beliefs. And the limiting belief was, well, you can't have what you really want. And that pretty much shocked me and blew my freaking socks off. And I turned it around. You absolutely can have everything that you want. And I'm irresistible to my divine mate. And then 3 months later, I met my husband. We got married. met my husband. That was the first big thing. Holy smokes. It actually worked. Wow. I made a plan. I made a man plan. He showed up. And then I said, well, let me try this with money. And then I was like making $10,000 a month, and $10,000 was leaving. I would make 10,000 on, I would spend it. And it was like, there was no piling up in my bank account. And I thought, well, I'm going to try this. If it worked for love, maybe I can make it work for money. And so I applied these same mindset rituals and, how to impress your subconscious mind. Again, we teach a lot of that in our 10K and 30-day program. And my income went from $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 a month, $59,000 a month. The next month was $89,000, $98,000, $105, I think, $116, $125, $145. It kind of leveled out there at about $140, $160 for about a year. And then we pushed through and past the $200,000 mark. And every step of the way, I had to make new concepts of myself. It's not just me and my little assistant anymore. It's me and this entire team. And who do I have to be to get to my next goal? Now it's requiring me to become a different kind of leader, learning leadership, and learning how to say no so I can really focus and say yes. So I hope that is, I wanted to share that with you, just to share, a story about not just to never give up on yourself, and why I believe masterminds are the most phenomenal, fast track your success. Not just an idea, but something to really, sink your teeth into, give you an action plan, give you support, and to surround yourself with people that are already doing it. And my invitation for you, when you do join a mastermind, whether it's this one or you apply for somebody else's, that, you pick somebody who is doing what you want to do.